Yo, what's good? It's your boy Wilson. You watching EmceeTV, the podcast, coming at you live from EmceeTV studios in Des Moines, Iowa. As always, with me.
This your boy Big Ray West, BIGG, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the west coast and they know.
And today's extra special guest is
your boy Marq Divine in the place to be, man. Iowa City, Iowa, MC. You know what I mean? Midwest Bandit, man. I'll let your boy.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you jumping on here with us, Marq.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you again.
We got most the Hawkeyes in the motherfucking building, baby.
All day. Hey, Hawkeye alumni right here, baby.
Hey, man. Hey, what you know? Okay, you can't even see me, though. Okay, but I was pointing out my Hawkeye tattoo.
Hey, okay. Yeah, I ain't got mine yet. I'm working on it, though. I got some work to do.
Oh, man. He said coming soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's start this off. Marq, tell them a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how you got. We'll start off with who you are and what you do.
So yeah, I go by Marq Divine. I'm an MC. I'm also a community violence intervention outreach person here in Iowa City, Iowa. I've been making music or creating music for about 27 years now. Father, student to life, the game. Yeah, man, I do a lot of different things. I wear a lot of different hats, and good dude, man. You know, just out here trying to figure it out like everybody else, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Man, how did growing up in Iowa City shape your music?
I think that's a good question. You know what? So like Iowa City's a smaller city. It isn't like, the DMI or anything like that. Because so you have to, for me, I had to take my mind out of the city. You don't really get the rep that you expect here because it's a college town. It's strictly college in a sense. Okay. People come here, get their education, and get up out of here. So every 3 to 4 years, you gotta recycle the new students and things of that nature. So you have to make your impression while you can. And then the city itself, I won't say they don't respect the art. There is some artists here. There are a lot of artists, but the rap scene is not prevalent. It's not really something that people pay attention to. And that's not a bad thing. It gives me an opportunity to keep making a mark. I've been around here for a long time, and those that know me as far as politicians to the mayor, to, my homies that I grew up with around here, they all know that I make music, you know what I'm saying? And so with that in mind, throughout my journey, I've had to always push out of the city. I think a lot of artists can relate to smaller cities and the limitations that you have, but that's only how you see it, right? So as I make music, I try to, not put myself in this Iowa City area only. I try to make music for everybody in the world, those that can relate to my sound, whether they're in the rural area or big city, small city, that type of thing, if that answers your question.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, so you said you've been doing music for about 27 years. When you first started rapping, who were some of the people that were holding it down in Iowa City when you came on the scene?
Honestly, man, there wasn't really anybody. If I was to think of anybody, it'd be the Dope Boys. The Dope Boys that I knew didn't really have a presence. Their main thing was, the dope. So, you know what I'm saying? Hello. Like, I'm just keeping it a bean. They out there getting it in. So I was a lot younger than these guys, and so once again, I was in my own world. I didn't have a lot of people around me that were musically influenced. And so I had to kind of learn on my own. And I've been writing since I was in the 3rd grade, though, man. Like I'm originally from Rock Island, Illinois. You know what I mean? And down there, I was, I had the gift of writing. You know what I'm saying? I was reading my stories and stuff over intercoms and all that in schools. Like no joke. So that kind of transition as I got older into me continuing to do the music. As I mentioned before, I didn't learn to write as far as structured until I was in my teens. Right. And yeah, but in Iowa City, yeah, it was just me. And then I had a cousin of mine well, he my homie, but you know, we like cousins. We, you know, we grew up
Hell yeah.
together.
Hell yeah.
My bro Chris Oman, me and him, we started doing the music together, you know, and it was a lot of freestyling and working on our wordplay like that. And then as I got a little older, I learned how to write. I was listening to Pac, All Eyes on Me. Matter of fact, this 2-track number 7. You know what I'm saying? And
Hello.
that's Outlaw Immortals. So when I learned how to write, I was basically following that structure and listening to how they wrote their music and how it sounded when the hook came on, this, that, and the third, and I wrote it out, seen the visual. And from there, I was like, oh, okay, that's how you write verses and choruses and things of that nature.
That's what's up. We just got a comment up in here from the homie Hoodie out of Denver. He's up in here, so
Okay, what up, what up?
Definitely reaching some ears right now.
Yeah. Shout out to Denver for sure. Absolutely.
Who would you say supported your music early on in your career? Like early on, like just getting started. Are any of those type of people still around? And if so, who are they?
I think the smaller organizations, so like we have little outreach programs in the city. So UAY, United Action for Youth, was a big place where a lot of the young guys went and made their music. And you know, I'm OG in it, so this goes back to cassette tapes. You know what I'm saying? Like I went in there with my cassette tape, where they would provide you with cassette tapes and you would record there. There's actually a gentleman named Kyle. I can't remember the man's last name. I actually work with him through CVI with the work I do, and he's still there doing this thing and has a studio for the youth.
Yeah,
And
hell
so
yeah.
that was our outlet there. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you make that transition from like rapping with your buddies and shit like that to like decide, all right, I'm gonna take this to the next level. I need to get some equipment, or I'm gonna go find a studio or something and kind of level up.
So I think that came with the passion, man. Continuously do it. One thing about me is when I, you know, get into like a new avenue or something that I enjoy, I stay with it. Lately, I'll give myself in my mind a 10 to 12-year run on anything that I do. So that could be music, that could be martial arts, that could be anything that I like. Even with the camera game, I was in the camera world for a long time as well. And I always do like a 10-year run, man. Music was one of those things that I always enjoyed, and I see myself progressively getting better over the years. So I just stuck with it. I mean, once you know, any one of y'all know with the music game, man, once you get that feel of making your own record and hearing your music and hearing how it sounds, it's something that you can't let go. And so I kept
Especially
doing
when
it.
you realize you put out some quality or something dope.
Oh man,
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
when you can hear your shit back and know, like, damn, nigga, it's like we might got something here, homie.
Facts. Yeah, and
That's a
you know,
feeling.
if it's trash, it's trash. You know,
Yeah,
and you stay
yeah.
working and getting better. And I think just from there, man, it's just the studio equipment stuff came along with the trial and error. You know what I mean? I went from recording at UAY when I was little to recording at my homie's house on a Casio cassette player with no microphone. The magic behind that is pressing record and play, and you lean over the radio and get your sound on tape. So learning those abilities and like, oh man, I can actually capture my sound on something, that keeps you grinding too, because now you know that you on the right path.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Okay, so how old are you when you first get in there and start recording? Then you said you started young at UAY.
Yeah, I was probably 13, 12 or 13 when I started. Yep. And we was just freestyling then. Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so where does are you performing then down the road, or where do you go from there?
So performing was kind of sporadic, you know, random spots. I remember performing when I was very young at the IMU to Juveniles Back That Ass Up, right? So they had an instrumental time, like there was like some type of performance going on. Wasn't rap related, but it was like an event they were having, and they called people on stage. And that was actually like my first time getting on stage and rapping in front of people. Mind you, I didn't have any, you know, written bars or nothing, but I freestyled, you know what I mean? And I got the energy of what the crowd thought, and they liked it. You know, I think it was more or less the courage that they was cheering for, that I was a young dude getting up there and you know, spitting off the dome, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You could have been saying anything, huh?
Right. And the crowd was clapping, yeah, you know, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is something that I like, you know what I mean?
Hell
So
yeah.
performances was something that I enjoyed as well. And that was a little harder to get into because it wasn't a lot of spots in Iowa City doing that back then.
especially at 13, right? Because then you got the age. Age is an issue.
Correct. And like I said, man, it goes back to rap not really being something that Iowa City focused on. You know, it was more like more prevalent artists or bands coming into town from what I seen when I was younger. You know what I mean? But then, you know, as I got older, performances was definitely something that I wanted to capture. I love that stage thing, man. That's a whole different game right there. So
who were some of the MCs that you started listening to? That I know you said Tupac earlier, but who were some of the people that when you heard them early on, they inspired you to want to get in there and start kicking out music?
Honestly, man, I think Pac was probably the one that I really focused on because I just loved the way his music was put together. And then all the other sounds that I had, like Bone Thugs, I was listening to back then. East 99 Eternal. Who else? Big. I might have been listening to Wu a little bit. I think that was a little older in my time, but yeah, I think probably Wu, Biggie, Pac. Oh man, who else was I listening to? It was like 3-6 Mafia,
Hypnotized Minds.
Yeah. I was listening to
Crash the Club.
Yeah, right. In Chicago, it'd be like Twister, Psychodrama, Do or Die. You know, I didn't know a lot about the East Coast yet. You know what I'm saying? I knew a lot about, you know, the Midwest. Oh, Dayton Family was another one.
Okay,
Dayton
Ohio.
Sleeper. Yeah, for sure. They was definitely
Shoestring and Nail.
Yep, absolutely. You know what it is with them boys. They was, man, very talented, man. You know, that's some OGs out there for us at that age, you know.
Yeah,
so,
they were cold.
Definitely underrated.
Man, for rappers in the game coming up, man, what would you say are pros and cons of being independent?
I would say let's start with the cons first. The cons are you get caught up in your head and thinking that you can't make it, right? So make it, everybody has their own definition of making it. The society will tell you making it is being famous, jumping out of limos, doing big shows like Jay and all of them, right? But nowadays, the independent game is obviously in the forefront. So you having some type of presence and somebody like my man out here in Denver listening to this, you know, podcast right now, wanting to know who you are and potentially gravitating towards your music. If you got a sound that they can relate to, that's what making it is, bro. Like I appreciate anybody nowadays that likes my sound and that can relate to it, because it's not like it used to be when I was younger. I'm kind of putting all the work in the years that I had before into the music I make now. That's the more polished version of myself, the more mature version, and I love it, man. You know, and now it's more about, you know, for me, rhyme patterns and schemes and all of that. You know, I'm playing around with the words and still telling my story. So
you trying to get complex and
yeah, definitely. We gonna leave it there though. We ain't gonna get too complex. I don't want to, you know, ram nobody's brain.
Hello.
But then to the pros is you have unlimited amount of possibilities to do what you want with the music. The merch game, you could do small shows in your town. You could do pop-up shops. You can do all types of collaborations with poets, you know, book readers, all types of things, you know what I mean? Or excuse me, authors. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do. And ChatGPT is another lane that you can use to, if you can't think of nothing off the head to do, it'll come up with ideas for you. You just got to let them know in the prompt on what you're trying to do as an independent artist. So the game is a lot easier to get in with now.
So let's go down that lane. You're clearly pro AI in music then.
I am because I'm a creative first. So AI allows my mind to expand. Like I have a great mind, right? So the things that I want to do, I don't have the money to do it. So AI makes it easier for you to do it. If your imagination can stretch to Kansas City, Kansas from the crib, what can you fill in them spaces that you thinking about way out the line? So if you thinking of a dragon coming off the building while you rapping, AI can do that for you. You know what I'm saying? These types of things in your mind that you never could do before because you didn't have the funding to do it or anybody to do it with. That's where AI come into play. So anybody that's independent, think about that. When you're using AI, it's not to make up for what you don't want to do. It's to expand your mind, like, because everybody that's watching you are artists and want to think like that too. So like, how far can you stretch your imagination? That's what I think of AI.
Hey
So,
man, we
so what
missed a
about
couple
the?
of couple comments up in here. I didn't
Okay.
want to sleep on.
No, you
We
good.
got the homie Hoodie jumped up in here again. He said, "I love hearing people's origin stories." He said we need to get more places like that. And then the
No
homie
doubt.
CP just jumped up in here and he said, "Hey,
Okay.
shout out to Marq Divine."
Yeah, CP, we finna be working in pretty soon, man. That's another one. As far as the R&B world, man, I can't wait to get the collaboration with the R&B artists. In Iowa, it's hard to find those types of guys, man, that are really talented like that, brother. So I'm blessed to know him and get connected with him, and we got some heat coming soon for sure.
Oh yeah, the golden voices like that for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to DMI, man. I've been blessed to run into, you brothers up there, man. I've always wanted to get connected to the DMI scene, man. I love it up there. So
Respect. But hold up, I gotta go back, man. I gotta push back on this AI.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Rewind
What
back.
about the folks that say, okay, you're using it for that, you're using it. What about when you're using the AI, they're talking about the data centers and the water usage and everybody having access to graphics, that's essentially getting rid of your graphic designers, you know what I'm saying? It's taking money out of artists' pockets, creators' pockets.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts on that aspect?
Well, me being an OG, I used to be stuck with the old times, and I've respected the fact that the new times are in, and sometimes you got to make adjustments. You got to adapt, you know what I'm saying? And that's not taken away from who you are as an artist, whether you are a graphic designer or what. It's just implementing what is brought into the forefront into your game. And that actually adds another stripe under your belt, man. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to know about technology like that? And then as far as the usage, right, that like you said, as far as the usage and how it can be a con to people, man,
affect the environment and shit.
come on, man. Look, how many times have people taken water and not used it? You got a cup of water and you don't drink it, that's on the counter, or you got a pool for your kids and then they decide they don't want to play in the pool. You got a whole pool wasted the water. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yes, sir.
I think, there are people out there that's going to be very critical on what's coming into the forefront. That's okay, man. You just got to figure out what works for you, man. It is what it is. It's unfortunate. Yeah.
And then hold up. And then what about people becoming so do you believe that there'll become a time where people will be so reliant on AI that we'll be dumbed down? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that too.
You know what I'm saying? We'll be relying on AI. We always type in AI and shit, just like we got hooked on Google. We're going to rely on AI to do everything. And then as our future youth, are they going to be dumbed down and too AI reliant?
Well, unfortunately, our youth is a little, watered down because of a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? You can't just blame it all on AI. But here's the key with AI. Don't abuse it. And what I mean by abuse is don't rely on it. You got a brain. So you still gonna have to train your brain to think and critically think, break things down, figure things out. That's what we as humans do. So for a person to rely on a machine or technology to think for them, that says a lot about where your brain is at. That's a rough world to be in. You know what I'm saying? And I think just as people, man, you got to keep growing. You know what I mean? You got to keep learning and keep studying. And I don't mean like study books or nothing like that, but the world keeps moving, bro. Like experiences is another way of learning as well, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that these are the same fears that people had when we went from radio to TV, you know what I mean? And then from TV to internet, these are the same fears. People said, oh, the internet's going to ruin the world. You know what I mean? Then we had Y2K and we were like, oh my God, the computers are going to end. They don't know how to go to 2001. Everything's going to end.
I hear you, bro, but AI is different than that though. AI is advanced. AI is.
But computers were advanced, Stephen.
Yeah. I think so.
We didn't have anything like that. We didn't have
AI is going to be like taking everybody's job though.
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
Well,
all right.
What I will say is there are certain areas where AI might overrun, right? But as far as people, we still have to progress and do things. Like there's going to be things that humans need to do that technology cannot. They may be able to grasp 85% of the job, but there are things that we as humans do that make up for, you know what I mean? Like
that's very true, but okay. That's very true. Okay, but think about your warehouses and your factory workers.
Right.
AI, they're already relying on AI. They're already axing jobs.
Right.
Amazon, they already axing people. They got machines doing the shit that humans would do. Like, it's already affecting careers. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. I also think
they're delivering packages, bro. AI is
right.
Man.
But then you got the smaller towns that don't have those that type of funding for that type of work, right?
Yes,
for
sir.
a robot to come to the house and drop a package off for you. So you still got areas or pockets in the world that need humans, that need us to physically deliver something. So I mean, you know, it's give and take, man.
For
like
sure.
it's gonna happen, and things are gonna keep evolving, and people just have to learn how to at least know about it. I was told that a while back. They was like, you know, learn about AI. You don't necessarily have to use it. Just have the awareness of it.
Yeah,
so,
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't win them all.
Okay, so let's get back to your story a little bit, Marq. What? Okay, so now, when do you begin creating your first project? Let's talk about that a little bit.
First project as like ever?
Yeah. Yep.
So that was, I think, like my first project was on cassette tape. Like I said, I had a guy that popped up randomly back in the day when I was young, and he invited us to all his studio equipment. So learning how, or not even learning, but completing the whole project, side A, side B on the tape, was like my first opportunity over this man's house. And once I did that, and that was rushed. And I say that because he only gave us one day to do it. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen this dude again. It was crazy. And I talked to Ray about this.
Sure.
Dude looked like Tukey Williams, man. He had just got out the joint, bro. He did like 30 years, fam.
Oh,
and
damn.
I think that he had a whole lot of like equipment from back in the day in storage. So we went to his house. It wasn't no, laid out crib. It was a whole bunch of instruments piled up in corners, and he had the studio and all that. And he was like, look, bro, y'all got one day to do what y'all do here. And so we was there for a couple hours just recording as much as we could. No written. We freestyling, trying to put it together. and so when we came out with the tape, it was wow. We completed the whole project, but it was fire though. Like, of course, we 13, we thinking everything is fire, but the passion behind the music, still we created structure without even knowing what it was. Like, we still had songs. So that was my first little taste of wow, a completed project. You know what I'm saying?
Did you ever link up with dude again on Facebook or anything? Like, do you ever?
Nah, man. Listen, bro. I don't even remember that man's name, bro. I remember he was big as hell. He had long ass straight hair and he had glasses. He looked like Tukey, like he was a nerd type dude. Like, he been studying for years. Like, he was very articulated himself well. But I ain't never seen bro again, man. He probably ain't even living though.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah. It's crazy. Yep.
Okay, so where does your musical journey take you from there? So you did the first tape. Did things start to change for you in the neighborhood? Did people kind of take notice? And
yeah, definitely, man. I had, another little story that I mentioned, and I had the dope fiends, man, in my area taking my tape from my mom's crib. You know what I'm saying? My mom's she was highly connected with everybody in the area, in the complexes, and they would come over, hang out, party, all of that. And then next thing you know, my mama would hear my music playing down the hallway. And I only had one tape, bro. Like, so she went and got our shit from them. Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? Taking our tape and shit because they liked our music that much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Like,
motherfucking tape, nigga.
Serious. Hey, one copy.
My motherfucking
like,
tape.
Believe you have my property.
Yeah, absolutely. So
next time rewind this motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, man. So that was the feel of knowing that people liked our music, man. And from there, I just kept going, bro. Like I said, when I get involved in something, I'm passionate about it, I keep running with it, bro. And 27 joints later, I'm still here making music. I just got done putting together, finalizing my project that I'm releasing, The Getaway. So right before y'all, got online with your boy, you know what I mean?
Okay. So now when do we? I'm sure that Gabe's eventually comes into play. You know what I mean? There's got to be some venues and whatnot that kind of start to pop up and offer more opportunities.
Absolutely.
So let's definitely talk about that. Oh, we got a couple more comments that rolled in. Rev Green slid up in here. He said, "I'm just checking it in. Fired up."
Yeah. Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all tapping in. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Yeah.
So with Gabe's is a spot that any artist that come into town need to perform at. There's been tons, from Black Milk to oh man, who else? Fat Cat, you know, them boys up there from Detroit, they done been down here to perform. Twister's been down here to perform at Gabe's. A lot of famous rock bands over the years. I think Grateful Dead was here way back in the day. Like it's in its own right a legendary like little spot. You know what I mean? The only downfall about it is nowadays the location isn't the best because the college kids don't go to the corner outside the little university realm area. So you don't get a lot of shows as far as big artists coming down there anymore. But they do pop up, man. Afro Man been there. I mean a lot. So it's been a blessing to be a part of that because there's a long line of artists that's been through there. You know what I mean? So it ain't no shade against that spot. I was blessed to be able to perform there upstairs and downstairs, bro. You know what I'm saying? There used to be a spot, the Blue Moose, that was popping. It's now El Ray's, you know what I mean? So even that is history. You know, if you can have that conversation, Englert as well. I remember when
Jizza,
when Mobb Deep, Jizza and all them, Mobb Deep was down here. I got a story about that. Like I took a CD back in the day when Prodigy and then was down here, bro, and I gave it to Alchemist. And I had like 50 joints on there, like 50 songs that I did, just, you know, freestyles, the whole nine. Never heard nothing back from them, but I had access to be able to go up and give it to a dude to give it to Alchemist behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? So
that's hard.
We chasing, I was chasing that, like trying to get on, you know what I mean? Another one was Slum Village. When Slum Village came down here, I was trying to get connected with them. I talked to T3 for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And
shout out Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. The D is definitely a prevalent time coming down here. I even got an artist, what's his name? I think it's Ali or something like that. They came from Detroit. They came down here and I got them a show at Gabe's, you know what I mean? So I've done everything from the promoter side to the artist side, the whole nine, man. You know, anything I can do to get closer.
Okay, so now with the revolving door of talent coming through there, do you ever link up and kind of get to mentor hip hop MC? Yeah, I'm sure there's got to be some of them kids that are coming to the University of Iowa out there that have interest in trying to rock the mic and getting in on the scene. Does anybody ever tap in with you and go, looks like you're the OG out here holding it down? You know what I mean? How do I get on?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nah, man, because I mean, I don't know. I think during my time of making music, I wasn't really like, I won't say I wasn't known, but I don't think anybody's really thinking about that when they come down here. People are just coming down here to perform, trying to get their name heard. If you at the shows and you connect with them, great. But if not, then you kind of miss out on those opportunities. You know what I'm saying? There was another main big studio down here, ESD Studios. My man Big Show, he was down here for a long time. And a lot of artists that was coming through to perform and make music, they would go to his studio. You know what I'm saying? So if you was in that studio during that time, you might get you a shot to do a collaboration with an artist. But if not, then you just kind of miss out, you know. And for me, I missed out on a lot of those, not because I wasn't, you know, worthy, if you want to say that, but I just kind of was on my own thing, man. Like, you know, I don't like to rely on people to, you know, make music. I had to get my own studios, like you mentioned earlier, and get my own stuff going, because if you get too caught up in somebody else's, you know, blessings, then you get a little spoiled. And then when they snatch it away or they got to move or something, and then you stuck without nothing, then you back to ground zero. So I always made sure I had my own booth. Me and my homies all made sure we had our own little unit of sound that we can continue making music.
Hell yeah. Okay, yep. So where's the journey take you next?
So let me see. So then, you know, got more shows. I'm doing shows at, you know, different summer jams and stuff out here. Neighborhood centers is another place. Like just all these different organizations that had opportunities for you to perform. I was doing that at. And like I said, just trying to believe that I was in the game already, you know, selling my CDs at Kirkwood, you know, community college. When I was in college back in the day, I was printing my CDs up. I don't know if y'all remember them big CD units where it's got 9 or 10 slots. I was doing that, you know what I'm saying? At the baby mama house, making CDs. And like, once I got, you know, 500 CDs, I'm like, yeah, okay, we doing something. So now
talking about
I'm
the reflex,
the
reflex
absolutely.
machine. I'm looking at mine right now. I got a reflex 7.
That's crazy. Look,
right
shout out to the flex machine, man. That's
yes, sir.
That was a powerful tool, man, back then. You know what I'm saying?
Makers.
Because exactly CD babies, all of them, like, yeah. So that's kind of where I was at with the units. We own units now. Let's get our music out there. So I'm going to college parties and different places, just passing out. I ain't making no money really. You know, you might make a little bit of bread here and there, but it was more or less I want to get heard. Who wants to hear my music? So giving them out, you know, steady making projects. Mixtapes was a big thing back then. So that's the easy way to get your music heard, because you rhyming on anything and everything, as long as it's fire. You feel me? Like one joint that I did, I remember, I don't know if y'all remember Knocking Doors Down. I think that was who was that? Paul Wall and them. It was a collaboration of a Texas artist on that joint. And they,
Okay.
yeah, Knocking Doors Down. So that was a big joint back in the day. And I jumped on that, and I felt like that was like a mainstream sound. So I was trying to do that lane. And then I went back to the underground scene, the Pete Rocks and DJ Premier Beats, blah, 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 Knife Wonders, the whole nine. Man, I don't rapped on everything, bro. Everything. So that's kind of how that lane went.
At this point, are you kind of starting to develop your own sound?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, mind you, like I mentioned in the beginning, I was Midwest bound when I was younger. I got a little further out as I got older. I'm down south, I'm out east, Nas, all them boys. I'm studying their sound, man, like, because I'm expanding my mind on what type of rhyme schemes and styles I can come with. Jay-Z, all of that, like through high school. Man, I was on all types of projects, man, just soaking in different things, you know what I'm saying, and learning how to, you know, be as creative as I possibly could without having them outlets. You know, I'm in Iowa, bro. Like, man, and we don't had tons of people all over for years and years say Iowa. Where's Iowa at? I remember when, you know, when Ray was mentioning that. I don't know if that was on another interview or not, bro. Like, we was talking about that, and people were like, "Where's Iowa at?" So you always got that in the back of your mind, bro. Like, straight up. So,
or they be like, "Hey, I didn't know there was brothers in Iowa." That's
right,
what they say.
Right. Just like they don't know if brothers is in Idaho, right? So,
yeah.
you know what I mean? You got these areas that question what Iowa has to offer. So all of us artists out here are trying to make sure people know about Iowa, man, because it's some artists, it's some sayings out here, bro. Don't sleep
So
on Iowa, bro.
with that being said, why do you feel like people underestimate artists from Iowa?
I think because of the stigma of Iowa being, you know, farm, corn, you know, agriculture. Agriculture isn't respected in the hood.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? You're not growing crops in the projects. So when they hear of Iowa, they don't think of it as like Chicago or New York or Houston or LA or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
And they shouldn't though. And they shouldn't.
Right. And that's cool. But like, it takes away from what the state itself has to offer. There are people here from all over that just happen to land in Iowa. So life is going to place you wherever they're going to place you. And you still going to do what you do. There are talented people here. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the society is set it up like, if you're not in these major areas, you don't mean anything. Man, there's people in Camden, New Jersey, that's fire, that'll rip your head off lyrically. You know what I'm saying? So it's that example. It's like, don't sleep on the smaller areas, the little crevices of the nation and the world that, you know, people don't talk about.
I was talking to Marcel P. Black, and we was calling them flyover states. People sleep on the flyover states. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And but I think we're at an advantage, you know, because, like, you know, the cliche, you know, we're a melting pot. So you could come to Iowa. Rappers are unique to me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because you got everything. You know, you could get your East Coast influence, West Coast influence, Midwest. Midwest is everything. You feel me?
Absolutely. It's the midway. Like,
yeah,
I don't even think we're a flyover state anymore. We used to be, but you know what I mean? Like, I think the tours that used to go from Omaha directly to Chicago or Kansas City or Minneapolis now factor us in. You know what I mean? We're definitely a lot more on the map.
As far as a market, you're definitely correct. But as far as rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like, rappers coming from Iowa, we're still a flyover state. Don't nobody take Iowa serious for hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Coming out of Iowa.
I agree with both sides on that. You know what I'm saying? One thing people need to know is I-80 runs all the way through the nation. And guess what? You're going to stop by Iowa. You're going to drop off in Iowa City. I mean, there's ton. And here's the thing about Iowa City specifically, even DMI, man, there's a lot of like famous people that fly in on, you know, charter jets and all that, man. Like, you never know who is here, man, and who originated from here. I remember Rosario Dawson was here, bro, in Iowa City at the comic book shop. Like, you never know who stepped in this in town, bro. And same for DMI. Like,
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs was just up there. You know what I'm saying? Freddie Gibbs was down here. Like, it's still little areas. If you are, you know, whatever it is that you do, you got to know about Iowa and, like you said, the market, all that stuff come into play, man. It's a place to stop by at least and see.
When a lot of people have rose to stardom from here. You know what I mean? They were born here and went on to do great things. And so, yeah, man, I don't think anybody gets to shit on us anymore.
Man, we got stars, Steve. We got stars, but we're talking rap music, bro. Like, who did it from rap in Iowa?
Nobody.
I mean, we'll give it to old girl from TLC.
She's not a rapper.
I mean, she R&B.
Let's talk rap music.
She borderline. She borderline.
No, shout out to T-Boss for sure. She's definitely from Des Moines. You know what I'm saying? And you know, TLC was major. TLC is major. You know what I'm saying?
They about to come back. They got the Iowa State Fair this year. Shout out to the Iowa State Fair.
Yeah, they'll be at the fair. But as far as rappers or in the rap music game, we got producers that's done major things or big things. You know,
Bangladesh out of DMI, right?
Yeah, shout out Bang. You know?
Yep. Shout out Bangladesh.
Oh boy, from Des Moines that used to rock with Tech and them.
Fire.
What's
a young
Fire.
You know,
and then Starscream,
Hearst Hits. You know, we got some guys with placements out here, but those are all producers. Who the fuck is rapping out here?
Right.
In Iowa.
And you know, and it's crazy because there's over the years, everybody as far as artists go have these arguments on who's the best. And I learned to sit back. Exactly, brother. Because you sit back as an artist and be like, there's nobody in the state that's I won't even say important. Maybe that's the wrong word, but you don't have enough clout to even say that one person's better than the other. So you respect your fellow artist. He may do music in a different lane than you, whatever. It doesn't mean that he's better or you're better. It's just mean that we all out here trying to get it. And I think everybody has the same common cause as an artist in Iowa as well. We just trying to get it, man. And slowly but surely, we trying to let everybody know elsewhere that we get busy out here, man. Like,
and that's not to shit on nobody in Iowa that's doing major things. We definitely have musicians, rappers in Iowa putting on big plays and that have accomplished big features and big shows and tours. So, you know, work is being put in, but in my opinion, there's not one guy I think of when I think Iowa rap.
Fair enough.
What I'm saying?
Fair enough. I'm on my way, man. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, bro. Like,
I mean, so I suppose the closest would be, and we still trying to get him on here, Corey D, because he went on MTV Raps back in the day, and so he got some love. You know what I mean? When
Corey D is our legend.
On a major platform, he got legend. He got legend status when it was available.
He's a Des Moines legend for sure. You know, I'm not sure how far his reach goes outside of Des Moines for Iowa love. Like, are you familiar with him out there in Iowa City?
I'm not.
And you know, that's a throwback too. So
what I was gonna say, what's crazy about DMI and what I like about y'all city is the city respects those that's been grinding for 20 something years. You know what I'm saying? That has that legendary status. You can have conversations about individuals that have been doing it for so long and it sticks. And that's what I like. That's why I seen that when I was younger. Like, man, bro, getting to DMI is definitely something that I want to do because I knew it was a bigger city. And I knew if I made some type of presence there, there's going to be enough people, at least in the artist world, that are going to know, like, yeah, Marq Divine get busy. He's been grinding for years, this, that, and the third. So, and that's the unfortunate thing about Iowa City. It doesn't stick like that down here. Now, if I was if I was to get somewhere known in Iowa City, then people would be like, yeah, Marq Divine, yeah, I know, bro, like boom, boom, boom. Then that legendary status would stick. But this area is so overran by the college world. It's more professional than art, if you want to say that.
As an outsider looking in, I feel like that would almost be a benefit because you got all of these new people to sell music to and try and bring into the fold. I mean, I guess it's a lot of work because it's every 4 years or whatever, you got to restart. All right, it's a new batch. Right. We got to try and bring these kids in, and we got to try and get them on board. But
and I mean, I respect the times too, man. You know what I'm saying? People make fun of the lyrics as hippity hop, whatever you want to say, bro. But I
Nobody wants to
also
hear
have
that
to
lyrical miracle
it,
crap.
exactly, but you got to respect the times too. So for me, I fall back like not even that nobody wants to hear my sound because there's young kids that like lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But Iowa City is one of those flash cities. You come in, get your grind on, and get up out of here. So these kids want to hear the new. You know what I mean? I am the new to them, but it may not be their sound that they like. So once again, that's an easy lane to get trapped in. You like, damn, nobody want to hear my sound because they 22 and younger.
I was
That's not the
about
case,
to
but
say, bro, being from Iowa City, like a major college town like that, I feel like it would be difficult because I think you would get trapped in trying to do like party music all the time,
right,
to cater to college kids and get drunk music and shit, you know? Like,
absolutely. And that's
I don't
exactly
think I would like
what I'm
that,
saying.
bro.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I won't say rough. It's just difficult, man. It's just like I said, for me, I had to learn young, man. Keep your mind outside of where you're at because you get put in this box, bro, and then you
Yeah.
stuck making, like you said, you trying to please the people that are coming into town that's refreshing every few years. Like I'm
You
trying
ain't
to make
even,
music that's lasting, bro.
yeah, you're not even teaching or spitting no knowledge. You just turn up music, brain dead
Right.
music, you know what I'm
Right. And
saying?
I don't do that. I'm in the cut, bro. I'm chilling. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as an artist, when you get older, a lot of artists in our, lane will say, yeah, bro, like you're not doing what you did 20 years ago. You're not
Yeah.
partying. Now, if that's your thing and you still
There's
want to
a
make
place for
music
those
like that,
records, though. There's a
right,
place
right.
for
And
those
I
records.
got those too. Don't
For
trip.
sure.
Like,
1,000%.
if somebody came along, a Nelly or somebody come along, like, hey, I want to make a party joint. Yeah, I know how to take myself back 20
Oh
years
yeah. Oh yeah.
and let you reminisce on what it was like back then.
Oh yeah.
But right now I'm introspective, bro. I'm trying to, put my life into this music because for me, it's healthy for me, one. And then there's people out there that can relate and want to hear this, you know what I mean? So I'm doing the best I can to just keep grinding and doing what I love to do. You want to cater to the audience, but you want to stick to who you are and the sound that you bring. You know what I'm saying? When you start compromising for other people, not everybody's going to be satisfied with what you bring to the table anyway. So keep making your music.
So what does current day music look like for Marq Divine? Let's talk about some of these current projects you got in the pot.
Yeah. So I just released Grace and Gunpowder with my bro Bill Thousand. That was in last September. We got another album, Mayhem and Matrimony, that we haven't brought out yet. We're gonna be releasing that this summer. And like I said, right now, I just finished up on the Getaway. So that's a little EP that I'm finna be dropping here in like a week, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a little ending date at the end of May that I was trying to do. Life got in the way, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna drop it, let everybody know it's out. Check it out. It's gonna be on all social platforms, DSPs, the whole nine. So check it out, man. YouTube, all of that, man. Anybody, whatever platform you decide to listen to, it's gonna be out. And yeah, man, hope everybody like it.
Do you are there other artists in Iowa City that you team up with now? I mean, like
so my bro Thou, yeah, me and him, we work a lot. And then I got my homie Animosity. Check out Animosity's music. He's one that's been around for a long time. I'm on a couple projects of his. Who else, man? Honestly, that's it right now, bro. I mean, Cedar Rapids is 15, 20 minutes from us, so they got a lot of guys down there. Tone the Boss, all those guys down there, T1, and then let me see. Oh, my man Luke Kane. I'm trying to get a joint with him. He out west now, but he's a Cedar Rapids guy, So I try to collaborate with all my people out here that's making music, man, and all them boys know about Divine and vice versa. So
Shout out T1. Shout out
yes,
Tony
sir.
Boss.
Yes, sir.
hell yeah.
And then shout out Bro Thou as well. You know what I'm saying? Chris Oman. Man, who else? And it's a lot of guys. Oh, and then shooting up to y'all city, man. DMI, my man Smooth, Big Ray West. I'm finna, me and bro got a joint. You know
Hello.
what I'm saying? A couple other guys up there, man. I'm trying to get joints with everybody, man. Rome Oliver's another one that I just met. Fire, bro.
Shout out to Rome, baby.
Yeah, man. And so anybody that I didn't mention, man, it's much love to y'all boys. They know what it is, man. We all gonna get together eventually. So
Hey,
Do you
go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are you still rocking live shows? Are you at the Wildwood Smokehouse or anything like that?
Nah, I ain't did none of that yet, man. And that's another thing. I value performances. And I don't just want to get on stage and rap. if you pay attention to a lot of artists nowadays, when the camera's on them, do you ever see the crowd?
Right.
Like, and so I pay attention to that type of stuff, man. Like, maybe the crowd is out there, maybe there's 5 people out there, but I want to do the show correctly. I want to have a whole experience, bro. I study the greats. I don't study those that are like me, nothing against them, but I study those that are really doing it, and I try to emulate what they're bringing to the table, whether it's visual effects, whatever I can do that's different from what people in my area have seen. That's what I'm trying to do, and that go with my videos and my presentation as a whole, man. Like, I'm a bigger artist than Iowa, bro. Like, that's just what it is. I'm just here,
Hello.
you know. And this is just my landing pad right now.
What's a misconception folks have about you?
Misconception about me? If you know about me or just discover me, Iowa City, what does Iowa City have to bring, right? Don't get it twisted, bro. Like, I study the greats, fam, and I get busy on this, you know, MIC, man. When I write, it's
Hello.
not a game. And everything that I drop, when you hear it, it's fire, bro. And I'm not saying it because I'm the best or I think I'm the best. I just take time on my music, bro. I wouldn't even waste y'all as listeners' time if I wasn't bringing out no heat. So, and I love the challenge of listening to the greats and trying to get to their level. You know what I'm saying? And I've had people tell me, like, bro, you on that level. You need to give yourself more credit. Um, so I don't pat myself on the back enough because I'm humble. And I think that keeps my drive going and keeps my hunger. And yeah, don't get it twisted. When you hear the sound, you'll know. That's it. You know?
That's
Okay,
what's
and
up.
okay, and then musically for the
Hmm.
future, what does success look like for you?
Good question. Success for me is, of course, I would like to be put in those circles of conversation as a dope artist. You know, I would love to be at dinner parties with artists.
Yes.
You know, I want to be in Paris with artists and having a pop-up shop where I got a hoodie line that's limited edition, or I'm in Italy performing. You know what I'm saying? If you pay attention to them Griselda boys, for example, man, I just seen something with West Side Gun where he was in Milan going crazy, hundreds and hundreds of people in the crowd that don't even potentially speak English know his
Right.
music, bro. That is
Hello.
such an energy, man, and that's one of my goals in life. I want to go overseas, and I'm going definitely. I'm gonna
No
get my
doubt.
passport this year, and I'm performing overseas
Talk your shit,
somewhere. You know what
nigga.
I'm saying? Like,
Man.
that's one of my goals, man. Like, um, and then financially, I ain't got to be rich, man, but if I can make a little bag, great.
Man.
Everybody want to make a little change, right?
Man, hell yeah.
Shit,
My
just let me
OG.
break even at least.
Yeah, hey, fair enough. You know what I'm
A
saying?
lot
And
of years of money invested in this game.
right,
Let me just even it out a little bit here,
right,
y'all.
and respectfully, man, on this time at this point in life for me, if I can get a hoodie sold, I'm cool with that. That might not fill my pockets, but it's the fact that I was able to have somebody hit me up and be like, "Yo, bro, I want one of your hoodies. I love your hoodies. I love your merch. I love what you bring in," and that makes me smile. That makes me happy. And that makes me go back in the lab and yeah, I gotta drop another project, bro. I got something crazier than what I just did last time. You feel me? That's how I think
Hell
about it.
yeah.
Yep.
If somebody wants to get a hold of you in order to collab, can they reach out to you on Facebook, Instagram? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
So Instagram, Marq Divine, MARQ underscore DIVINE, divine, like divine intervention. You can hit me up on Facebook as well, Marcus Brooks. You can also hit my email or Gmail, whatever, divinemusic003 at gmail.com. Let me know, man. I'm out here, bro. I'm out
Hey,
here.
you out here. So, hey, if the hood homies come to Iowa City, where should they stop at and eat?
Oh man, you hit me with another one. So let me see, man. It depends. Like I told you last time, it depends on where you want to eat. You real talk, bro. If you like,
We want to eat where you want to eat.
you eat where I want to eat. Okay, okay. Um, you know what? I'll say 10 Roost. 10 Roost out in North Liberty is fire. It's a nice
Okay.
laid back spot, a little upscale, but it's still good food. They
10
got the
roof.
10 Roost. Yes, sir.
10 roost.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, 10
Okay.
Roost is fire. They got a nice sushi spot out in North Liberty as well. Um, Man, let me see. Everything else is kind of fast food, bro. I don't really eat too much fast food. I
Yes,
try to
sir.
give myself a little bit of, nourishment. If I gotta eat fast food on the go because I'm busy, then so be it. But I don't try to dive in too much. And I'm a bougie motherfucker, dog. So
Hello.
I like to try to treat myself to a nice dinner rather than getting chicken nuggets and fries. B, it ain't the wave nowadays.
Okay, what if we were going 5-star with a date? Where would you take her?
Well, you might as well go Italian, bro. Go Italian. You know, and I'm not talking Olive Garden.
Where at in Iowa City?
Let me see. Iowa City. Man, Italian. I don't even know if they got anything out here. We got a place called Blackstone. I don't know if they provide Italian, but that's another upscale spot. That's on the east side of Iowa City. Yeah, Blackstone. Yep.
That's good for a date.
And then down in CR, they got Biaggi's, and they got more. Yeah, they got a lot more, you know, nice places down in Cedar Rapids because it's a bigger city. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, that's all I got. That's all I got. I had to do it for the stoners. I had to do that for the stoners.
Oh yeah, man. You know, stoners, we eat anything, bro. As long as it ain't hurting your stomach at the end of the day, B. Don't be eating a pack of Twizzlers and nothing else. You have a problem, kid.
Amen. Amen. All right, this was EmceeTV, and we had Marq Divine today. This ain't gonna be the last one, though. We definitely gonna have him back on.
Hey, I appreciate it.
This was fun. This was just an introduction.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate the invite, man. And like I said, anytime y'all want to
next time we got to talk hip hop, and we'll read headlines and we'll get your opinion on some headlines and shit.
I stay in the wave, yes sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what we need to do.
We'll roast that motherfucker as he done for a few more times too.
Oh.
Because he's done for. Fuck that dude.
I don't want no smoke, Izzy. I don't want no smoke, man.
I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Hey. All right, y'all. Till next time, it's your boy Wilson for EmceeTV.
Yes, sir.
This your boy Big Ray West, B-I-double-G, representing the west side of Des Moines, Iowa, not to be confused with the West Coast, and they know.
And today's extra special guest was
Marq Divine, the man in the place to be. You hear me? Much love to y'all, bro. Man, appreciate you. Thank you again.
Hell yeah. Thank you so much, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell so you get all the notifications when we go live. And until next time, we out. Peace.
One time.
We've been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jumps. American Nightmare, that's where the spice won. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like hash is clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé. Don't play with us. Them moves ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the caking up. God hate ugly, so ain't no saving us. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Big ball.